We are live, ladies and gents. Welcome to another live stream. Today we talk crypto crash. What's up, Jobo?
Hey, CM, how are you doing? Happy Sunday, everyone that is listening to us. How are you doing? Hopefully, you're doing very, very good. Wherever you are on planet Earth, say hi, say where you're from, how are you doing, what's up, and what is on your mind. We are ready to accept any questions that you guys have in mind. CM, the market is kind of hovering on the 90s area, creating somewhat of a platform over there, very, very, very tight price action the last few days. I'm wondering whether it's like a small platform for a small continuation, maybe to retest, the 50-week moving average or something like that. What are your thoughts on this?
Looks like a bear flag to me, man. I don't know what platform you're looking at, but
Also can happen.
the only platform I'm watching is the Trading View platform, which will tell me that this thing is a bear flag, man. Like just this shit and just this, you know. This thing is again. It looks pathetic to me. There is low volume as well on this pump. That means it's a low volume rally. Uh, Looks like a trap, another bull trap, another fake rally before another dump lower. That's what I think. Also, you got the monthly close coming. The monthly close coming today. Look at this close. That's not bullish, okay? That's the biggest red bar on the monthly chart of Bitcoin right after the last one. Okay, this clearly, this is bearish. That's bearish. A bear break. That's a bear break, man, and it looks very similar to this baby here. You see, you had a candle. Look at this, identical, man. 2021 November peak with the top intel. We talked about the top intels. We warned everybody. No one listened. Then you had this candle, bam. Okay, this candle, bam, all the way down. This candle was uh, how much? 25% down. Okay, this was 30% down. Okay, this was more than that. This was how much was that? This was like 30% down. Okay, almost 30% down. And people think, the bottom is in. You can get another one like this, man. You can get another one down in December to another 20, 25 or 20 or 30% even. You can get another 30% dump from here, man, before it's all said and done. And people are naive. They think, oh, Michael Taylor is buying. Oh, the rate cuts. They're still talking about the rate cuts like they're bullish. The rate cuts are bearish. The last two rate cuts was a sell the news. People are selling on the rate cuts, after the rate cuts, into the rate cuts. Not people, whales. So all these clowns, it just show me that we're working with people. Most of them are probably teenagers, or naive babies that trade with like $5. They have $5 in their account, so they don't care about risk management, because even if they lose the $5, nothing bad will happen to them. It's not like me, you, and people that are in our service that have half a mil, 1 mil, 2 mil in their accounts, and they're running their life based on their uh, gains or losses, right? So you know
Yeah. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying, and I agree with. Look, our there's a few things that we need to differentiate. We have our view that there's a very high probability where we entered into a bear market, and there's the short term, movements that are very unpredictable, right? So, and here are a few things that I'm watching before we go to some questions. By the way, ask the good questions in the chat, all right? As fast as possible so we can get there. So on Bitcoin perspective, I agree. All right, we don't have a lot of volume on this rally, and that's actually not a bad thing in my opinion because what I'm seeing here, we had a capitulatory event. This was the highest volume in like 6 or 7 months or so, capitulatory type day. Then we're having a bounce. Now I'm seeing that we have a potential squeeze over here for, I think we have a 50% probability of it going down or it going a little bit up, retesting over here, something like this, and then continuing down. It's like a 50-50 in my opinion. I can't predict the future. I don't know what will happen, but these type of, very squeezing type candles are an indication that either can happen. Okay, I appreciate what you're saying, CM. This is a bear flag, but it can continue being a bear flag for another couple of days, something like this. We can still still both things can happen within a bit of a longer bear flag, but again, it's a 50% probability. Nothing you can really trade and take to the bank. Also, CM, look what happened on ETH, which I think is kind of interesting. ETH is getting smashed exactly on the 50-week moving average. So I think ETH, is really, really weak. Even if Bitcoin will have somewhat of a move up to retest its own 50-week moving average, I don't know if Ethereum has what it takes. Maybe, but I'm not sure at all that it has what it takes. And that means, that the altcoin market, and by the way, CM, I saw your video. Very good video. Anyone that didn't see CM's video about altcoins, I think it's from yesterday, CM, right? You made an altcoin video or something. Go check that on the CM's channel. Very good video. It will open your eyes to some of the risks. And that's what we do here, CM. And you said a bunch of kids. I actually believe we have a lot of people that are older, all right? But even though they're older, they just don't understand what risk management is and why understanding risks in general is such an important concept. By the way, CM, I know we postponed it, okay, but we still have the bear market bootcamp happening this Wednesday. We need to postpone it last week because of technical issues on the platform, the streaming platform. So people still have the chance to come and be on the bear market bootcamp. So gain the knowledge that you need in order to thrive in a bear market, okay? You will gain it this Wednesday. It's a 2 to 3 hours maximum. Very, 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 very packed with a lot of information about how to thrive in a bear market. And we have a 25% coupon code for everyone that is in, the live. It's just Bear Live coupon code. Go check it out. We invite you to come. CM, what about some questions? We have something interesting. You're muted. You're muted.
What's next for BTC? Ooh, good question, man. Told you, man. Short term, you can get a bounce, but we're looking for more downside. We don't think this is the bottom now. We think it's just an oversold bounce. There is no signs of a major bottom. When we look for a bottom on Bitcoin, local low, significant that you can trade to the upside. You want to see it forming on few weeks or a strong V bottom bounce, something like to melt faces, but you don't see both of them. So for me, it's not a bottom. So I'm expecting more downside for Bitcoin and crypto. That's what I'm expecting. This guy saying dead cat bounce to me. Yeah, some people actually have brains. Morning. This guy want to look on coins. Yeah, let's look on some rubbish coins. Let's look on the KASPA and the Mona and the ZBCN. The other one, I'm gonna pass on it. Where is KASPA? KASPA is a dead man. Is a dead man. This is cooked. You can see these two trend lines. As long as it's below these two trend line, it is cooked. You are swimming against the river and you're gonna drown. You're drowning. If you hold in KASPA, Mr. Whatever you are, you're cooked, man, and no one will help you. You're cooked. FUCKED. You are fucked and cooked, and nothing will help you, man. No one will save you. This is cooked, man. ZBCN as well is getting cooked as we speak. Look at the top intel forming here. Ooh. Two top intels on the weekly. The ZBCN army boys were screaming on this hammer last week. Oh, it's the bottom. Here we go. Here we go. We go. Up, up, up. We're up. What up, man? What up? Another fake phony bounce. Test the 50-day, not even testing the 200. Cooked. Yeah, I'm tempting to short it, but no good entry. So I'll wait. But it is cooked, man. This is rubbish. Uh, Rubbish coin at the moment. There is no edge in it, no long, nothing. Absolute rubbish, man. That's my 2 cents on KAS and ZEBEC.
Yeah, for sure. People need to wait for confirmation. You can't just, anticipate and jump the gun on something that has a low probability of working. It's amazing how each and every time it happens, CM. Each time there's like a nice bounce, right? Like it can even do a 50, 60% bounce from the bottom itself, on the real bottom. It's not a trade that anyone really takes, right? Unless you are lucky for some reason, okay? And if you're lucky, it's not a strategy, okay? But every time that happens, these people that bought the bounce, they get inflated with cockiness, okay, as if they broke the market. You saw those people. They buy, they get lucky a little bit, and then they're inflated like a rooster. They go roo, cuckoo, I bought the bottom, whatever, and they don't appreciate A, it was luck. B, you need to take profits, because C, the probability is still that we go down. Okay, so yeah, but it happens over and over again. And I understand the mentality. Mr. K Possum is saying, if the top is in, don't dump your Bitcoin at swing low. Wait for a lower high, guys. That's one way to do it. By the way, in our membership, specifically in our elites, right, we told them to dump anywhere between, as high as 123K after the fake out for the 125, some of our member souls. And the lowest one was 107, because we understood there is a high probability of a way down, okay? So to be honest, what you're saying, K Possum, is an okay strategy, but it's only the second best after understanding when to really dump it, which is when you have all these bad signs. And we were talking for months now, right, CM? You're muted.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we told, especially we told to the elite VIP in a private message. That's part of our elite VIP service. This is for high net worth individuals that been holding Bitcoin for a while, since the beginning of the bull. And they're sitting on a massive profit. And it's also very hard for this kind of people to let go of their investment. It's very hard, but they listen to us. And now we got a few messages already, man, from these people. We're talking about 36% decline since the sale. That's amazing. Instead of sitting on a massive loss, these guys are up in massive profits happily, and also use the profit to short many short trades we took. So this type of sell on the dead cat bounce, this is a losing mindset. You want to use the trend to create more ROI in your life. You're not creating more ROI in your life by waiting for a dead cat bounce. You short the breakdown signal. When the things start to crack, you short them. That's how you print. That's how an alpha moves. An alpha sniper, alpha trader. You don't want to be one of these waiting for a dead cat bounce. What if the bounce will not come to your levels? What if it's gonna roll over from here? Will you keep waiting? Yeah. And then they're gonna bounce again. And you're gonna, I'm gonna wait for 70, I'm gonna wait for 80, I'm gonna wait for 90. Then it never comes. Then oops, you are in 40K. You cooked. And then you have to hold this nonsense for the 10K and then round trip all your gains. Then wait another 2 years for it to run up to 100K again, if it can do so. That's rubbish. That's not alpha. That's KASPA. That's CRASPA.
CRISPA.
Man, people need to understand, like, you gotta be a professional trader. Roll with the trend, okay? Roll with the trend. You had a trend reversal signal at the top three signals, three higher highs, fake out, bear break, loss of support, head and shoulders. What else do you need? If you didn't sell there, you're a clown. Clown, clown, clown. Really? It is what it is, man. These people need to be accountable, you know? The top was whispering, just like all the KASPA army morons wasn't listening to the signal of the top of KASPA for the last 15 months from November 2023 till whatever it was, the end of 2024, and they didn't sell. Why they didn't sell? Clowns! Clowns, man. It's like, again, someone is pointing a bazooka into your face for 1 year and you didn't change your address. He pointed a bazooka to your neighbor.
home.
Your neighbor is pointing a bazooka on you and there is a clock on top, 1 year remaining time, and then 364 days, 363 days, and the guy with the bazooka is there. He's telling you, I'm gonna shoot it. If you don't move, you're gonna get cooked. You know, you're gonna get cooked. You know, Jomo, I don't understand these people. The market is so nice. He tells me, hey, I'm gonna roll over. Man, hey, I'm gonna roll over. Hey, I'm gonna roll over. Hey, I'm gonna roll over. And they keep listening to the X garbage people that is still very bullish. Man, my feed on X is extremely bullish. You know, all the clowns calling for 250K, 200K Bitcoin by the end of the year. They saying the rate cuts will send it. They saying QE is coming. QE is coming, Jomo, and it will save the markets. Man.
Look, you know, I have a tale about this type of mentality, right, CM? So there was a farmer, okay? And this farmer, he created a trap in his barn to capture a few roosters. You know, he had a goal. He wants to capture 5 roosters, okay? He has a goal, so he opens the barn, has the trap, and then comes 1 rooster, 2 roosters, 3 roosters, 5 roosters. He could have closed, but then he saw more roosters coming. All of a sudden, he has 7, 10, 15 roosters, and he's becoming greedy, right? He's becoming greedy, but all of a sudden, no new roosters are coming, nothing. And all of a sudden, bam, 1 rooster is out. And he's like, oh, damn, I should have, you know, closed, you know, the doors and be with the 15 roosters. You know what? If it comes back to 15, I will close the barn. Then 2 more leave, and he has 12 only. And he's like, damn it, I should have closed it, you know, at 14, the barn. You know what? Just 1 more. Give me to 13, you know, and I'll be okay. I'll close the barn. And then all of a sudden from 12, 3 leaves, he has 9, and he's like stuck. He doesn't know what to do. Paralysis with analysis. Then 5 more leave, and so on. Eventually, he remains with no roosters in the trap, CM. That's the human mentality, okay? You get a goal, then you get greedy. Then when it starts moving against you, just want to get back to what you had earlier, then more against you. And eventually, you have the boom and bust cycle. Remember, everyone, the cautionary tale of the farmer and the rooster, all right? You remember, always be taking your profits. Always try to be understanding, viewing the clues you have, and never be too greedy. Never be too greedy, because greedy people eventually lose everything. What's that, CM? I saw you, you know, rolling your eyes on something. What is it?
Nah, I'm watching the X nonsense.
You have a lot of bullishness on X?
Let's see. I have some. I have a lot, man. I have a lot.
I see someone saying Bitcoin is on a Black Friday sale.
Yeah. Whatever, man. It's all rubbish. Look at this. This guy saying US buying pressure is back. Blah blah blah. US buying pressure is back. Yeah.
Oh, I see it also.
Well, so if
This guy is saying, oh, this is the president of El Salvador. Nonsense. No, this guy, look. Anthony Scrambucci saying Bitcoin will be bigger than Amazon and Nvidia because millions of investors will buy and never sell it. 200,000 is too low for Bitcoin. Let me show you something, guys. You are being lied to by the big scammy whales.
Yeah,
I'll show you.
that seems like a headline to get people, buying and then exit liquidity, man. They appreciate that whales use media in order to create exit liquidity. That happens. That truly happens. The narratives of very rich people to use others as a liquidity. That's the only thing I'm willing to believe that happens as a manipulation type move.
You see that this is the Bitcoin market cap chart.
Yeah.
Okay, Bitcoin market cap hit 2.5 trillion. Then 5 weeks later, or whatever, 6-7 weeks later, it hit 1.6 trillion. Is this a good investment? I don't think so. If your investment dropping $1 trillion in a in a month, that's not a good investment, sir. And you cannot compare it to Nvidia. Now let's show you Nvidia market cap. Okay, remember, Bitcoin market cap is 1.82 trillion. I'll show you the top assets market cap. This is Nvidia now, is 4 trillion. Okay, Bitcoin is a little girl and Nvidia is a top model. You cannot compare. This is, all the big money, even probably banks and like big money are people, hedge funds, they buy this. Bitcoin, look at it. It's already number 9. It's falling. It's gonna fall, man. It's not gonna stay with them in the top, with the big Mag 7. It's gonna crumble and collapse because it triggered a bear market way before these guys triggered a bear market, which indicates that Bitcoin is going to collapse, bro. It's going to drop below $1 trillion, in my opinion, very, very fast. I think by 2026, like early 2026, I think it's gonna crack below the $1 trillion, and probably below. What's the price will be, like around 50,000, something like that. Q1, Q2, you're gonna see Bitcoin below 50,000 and crawling, collapsing down, and then people, all these posts on X, these people that been buying into the hopium, they will forget. I don't know. People have very short memory. They will forget. These people will calling them to buy at the top or at the triggering of the bear market. Man, people are so naive, so dumb, and never, never take notes. Like, who cook you? People, you gotta understand, if any influencer made you lose money in the markets dramatically, you need to write his name, tattoo it, and cook him, trash him, and really learn from it. Learn from this, because it's gonna happen again. If you're not taking out the roots, the bad roots, they're gonna come back next cycle, or they're gonna come back in a couple of months. You gotta train yourself.
But the technology, CM, the technology is gonna save us all. That's what we get every time, man. What you're saying is so sensible. It makes a lot of sense. People just don't do it. Take a look at that man from the woods. I forgot his name already, right? He literally used his own members as exit liquidity multiple times. He got caught red-handed pumping a shitcoin with no liquidity to his members and then selling on top of their heads. He's still, a top dog. Everyone loves him. He's like, oh, you're so nice, blah, 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 whatever, right? It is what it is, man. People, they don't want to learn. You know why? Because they just want to dream. They don't want to do a little bit of work. They don't want to take notes, CM. They hate pencils. They don't even want, like, to, if it's not on their iPhone, they won't do it, man. Yeah, they hate it, man. Pens, pencils. People forgot that in order to advance in life, you need to do just a little bit of work, if not a lot of work. Depends how you go about it, okay? Depends how you go about it. For instance, CM, look, we're giving them the opportunity in the bear market bootcamp. It's this Wednesday, okay? It's this Wednesday. We have a bear market bootcamp to share. We're sharing all the knowledge we amassed in 3 bear markets, okay? Where in first bear market, we actually were losing, but in the other 2 bear markets, we were winning. Okay, so we learned how to actually win in the bear market. And most people here listening, they won't come, they won't attend. Why? Because, oh, you know what? It's a small investment. I don't know if I should, buy 188, whatever, blah, 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 25%, okay, whatever. Okay, why? Because they prefer to lose, in the markets without having any knowledge. For example, and this is example that I will use, anonymously, because I don't want to hurt the feelings of that person, but we have a person, okay, in the membership that came to us. Now, what's the one thing we always say to everyone? Never use leverage, okay? Not only to our members, but to everyone. And he came, okay, didn't listen to one of the number one rules, didn't actually use stop loss, didn't do anything, and he lost, all his account. Why? Because he got all these emotions that he didn't want to listen to us professionals, even though he actually made a small investment. He just wanted to lose everything to the market. So it's either that people will pay tuition, okay, and the tuition can blow you off, okay? You can blow an account paying tuition, 14K, 50K. Some people pay tuition of multi-millions on, October 10th, for example, happened, instead of coming and investing a little bit in real hard-earned knowledge, okay? So the people that will understand the difference of the investment, those are the people that will win. The others, unfortunately, will be perpetual, on the losing and boom and bust cycle, CM.
Yeah, guys, you click on that link, scan the QR code, it will take you to our page here. You can see that's the bear market bootcamp on our website, okay, with the bear picture. You click join, you drop the coupon inside, check out, and then you subscribe to the webinar. It's really, really important. People are going to, miss out on the best opportunity. Where is that? How can I stop the share screen? The best opportunity to actually make ROI, which is shorting. They're gonna miss out on everything. We teach you how to do so, how to think like a short seller, rules for bear market. You need to know the rules for bear market. There are rules that you need to follow. You need to be disciplined. You need to know what to look for, what to do. That's not a walk in the park, man. You're gonna get yourself completely cooked if you're trying to nail down the bounce plays or nail down these bottoms on these wrecked coins. It's going to cook you alive. You see what's happening to them, and we are just starting the bear. The bear market is going to accelerate, and things are going to escalate to the downside. You will see black swans coming left, right, and center. Michael Saylor black swan is coming as well. And crypto will crash like you never saw in your life, because everyone that's here on the live probably have an experience in crypto of 1 year, 2 years. They don't know what is a bear market. Wait and see. The bear market is an amazing opportunity to grow your wealth. And then once the bear market is over, and we will know that, we start DCAing into Bitcoin, start the investment plan into Bitcoin. So you use the profit from the bear to buy your Bitcoins at the low, at a discount of 80, 70, 90%. That's how a banger rolls. That's how you print generational wealth. Not by holding scam coins into a bear market. You are not going to print nothing. You're going to print your financial demise, collapse. That's what, that's the difference. People that know how to short will grow their wealth in the bear market. People that don't know how to short and they have the hodl mentality will lose everything. You have the decision to make now. Or you go with the short sellers, with the trend, or you go with the moon boys to wrecked city. You decide which direction you go. We offer you bear market bootcamp, dirt cheap. Check it out. If you have any question, drop it now. We're gonna wrap it up.
Drop the questions, everyone. If not, we're gonna continue to our date Sunday, CM.
That's also another indicator of a bear market. People are not commenting anymore. They are cooked, man. They have no power to comment. So that tells you it shows you the market is cooked. When it's a bull market, you have enthusiasm. People are screaming, what about this coin? Look at this coin. Show me this coin. Oh, look at this coin. They're showing you all these meme coins from the dexes. All these coins are going to zero now, So all these people that used to tell us, oh, I bought this coin and I'm up 100x. All these people, they are down, they lost everything, they quit. So you can see the market flashing all the toxic participants. These are toxic participants because they are creating these pump and dump Ponzi's, which are not good for crypto, which actually ruined the crypto market. The meme coins ruined this cycle completely, So it is what it
Man, the meme coins, man. It was a good narrative for a while, man. We made very nice ROIs on the meme coins. But the thing is that people got conditioned, okay? People got conditioned because all the new people that came, even if they got lucky in the beginning of this bull market, which was January 2023, they got conditioned to meme coins working, quite a bit. I believe this was the best cycle so far for meme coins. A, because there were a lot of them, in comparison to last cycles, and B, because a lot of people just, it happened. They work pretty well, for us also. You can take all the big ones like that move, PEPE, Turbo, for example, amazing movers, but people always fall in the same traps. They think, and this is, recency bias. If something pumped recently, all right, then it will continue pumping forever. It's recency bias. That's a very known human fallacy, right? And that's what I always say. In order to succeed as an investor, in order to succeed as a trader, you need to think differently than the 90% of people. Why? Because 90 to 95% of people, in the mid to long term, they lose. They lose in the markets. You're going to go check it out. It's very well researched already. People make all these biases over and over again, bad decision making, even if they have success for some time. And we know that by KASPA, hodlers, for example, they had beautiful success in 2023 and beginning of 2024. They never took any unrealized profits and realized them. And right now, most of them, everyone that moved funds into KASPA in the past 2 years is hugely in the red, okay? It's because of all these fallacies and biases that the human mind is always cultivating. And in order to succeed, you need to change the way you think. You can't think like everyone. You can't. It just doesn't work. If you think like everyone else, you will get the same results as everyone else. And as we know by very well documented research, everyone, 90 to 95% of people, maybe even more, lose funds in the market in the long term. And that's in Forex and stocks. I would argue that in crypto CM, even more, because people hope very, very too much, too much, man.
Oh,
and then we
man.
see, yeah, what do you think?
Crypto cycles are brutal, man. You have maybe 1 year sideways, 2 years up, and 1 year down on the bear. That's kind of the 4-year cycle in a nutshell. Now, altcoins, because they are absolute Ponzi's, they can go maybe 1 year up, 2 years sideways, and 2 years down. They are complete Ponzi's, pump and dump, and people holding them. I don't know how they have the balls to hold these Ponzi's scams part of their portfolio. They looking at their scam. I was talking to so many people the last bull. They were joining and they tell, "Hey CM, I want you to look at my portfolio." And then I was looking at, what is this wrecked city crap scam coin list? Man, we're talking like 100K, 200K in like meme coins on dexes. Absolute filth, man. And I'm like, how this man can sleep in the night, like holding these scam coins. Now, the beauty is in the bull market. The market saves them. The market protect them if they buy, legit, let's say legit meme coins or legit coins, not outright rug bulls. So the market saves them, and it's holds them, and sometimes even give them gifts, okay? Gifting them, make them ROI. And then they are happy. Oh, I'm so smart. I'm so strong. I'm so sexy. My portfolio is going up. My amazing shitcoin arsenal is going bazooka. I'm the man. I'm going to bang the misses now. I'm going to go on a trip to Colombia, bang some misses all around the world. man, and then they are like completely fell in love with their ego.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
the market top, and they don't know what and they say, oh, don't worry, we're going up we go, buy the dip. And they buy the dip, and then the dip keeps on dipping, Jomo. The dip keeps on dipping, boom, boom, and another
100%.
down, and another leg down, and another leg down. And that's the market reset. Market cycles. You have bull cycles and you have bear cycles. If you cannot understand the turning points and detect them and get out when they tell you, market will fuck you. Oof, oof, oof.
Well, man, I couldn't agree more. It is what it is. It happens over and over, and it's the same psychology that people, and it's unfortunate because it can be, it's avoidable. It's avoidable. All right, CM, it is avoidable. Just a little bit of guidance, right, from the right people. A little bit of guidance from the right people. If you do small research on the right people, you get guided. You can be, much further than the crowd is each and every moment. And we, CM, we've been doing these lives for a long time now, okay? And it's very apparent, that the way that we think as professional traders is winning over the market time and time again. If someone is watching us for over a year now with us, he understands, right? They saw everything that we were talking about, how it's actually coming to fruition. And not only that, how we do things with high, focus on risk management, right? And, that's a huge difference, huge difference. So we invite people, all right? And Crypto Speculator over here saying, you guys nail it time and time again. Well done. Well, thank you, Crypto Speculator. He's a member, of course. And so he knows what we do. We appreciate that. And again, we invite people to come to the Bear Market Bootcamp. It's this Wednesday, right? 9 a.m. EST. If you can't attend, it's going to be recorded. You'll be, you can have the recording for life. You can watch it over and over again, which is something that we very much encourage. If you come, watch it over and over again, and you will learn how to protect yourself, how to thrive, and how to beat, the bear market and just win it time and time again. We're going to teach it. It's this Wednesday. Scan the QR code now because you don't have a lot of time. And again, there's a 25% coupon code for anyone that comes to the live. 25% bear live on, on the checkout. All right, CM, I think we don't have any more questions. We're good. All right, everyone. Thank you very much for tuning into the show. Hopefully you're well protected. Until next time, happy Sunday.